All right, my watch list video for Tuesday. But first, a couple words about the SPY. 2 days down in a row, all the way from almost 190 to 184 area. And you can see we had a bounce there. And let me bring over my smaller chart. And it hit the 50-day today. So I'm actually looking for a bounce on Tuesday. Doesn't mean we're going to get it. But on an intraday basis, I'm still going to be looking for intraday short setups. You know, my intraday scanner's running and seeing if I can find stuff to short based on intraday action. You know, always keeping one eye on the SPY. But to me, it just because we're at support, we're at the 50-day, 2 big days down, I'm kind of leaning for a bounce on Tuesday. Having said that, going forward, really over the next couple of weeks, I'm still going to be thinking short more than long on an intraday basis, all right? But tomorrow, possible bounce days. So with that in mind, I've got some longs and shorts to keep an eye on. EGLE, nice volume on Friday and kind of a quiet inside day today, but it really held up well. So I want to keep an eye on that one for a potential long. Some potential bounce plays. NOW again, didn't meet my bounce parameters today, but it'll be back on watch. I like the little tail through 50. You can see it went down below 50 back here in December, but right back above. Same thing with back in October. So with 4 days down in a row and a bit of a bottoming tail, I like that one for a potential bounce. Again, only with a proper intraday setup. Ameritrade AMTD bounced off a 30, which it did nicely back here, 30 was resistance here, and so now you've got a little bit of a tail, and it hit 30 again. That one is on bounce watch. You could also include E-Trade and Schwab in that same group. RH, I like for a potential bounce. You had the gap up. What about 7 sessions ago? Nice run up to 76, and now just getting slapped with the market. And this line right here is the 200-day. You got a little bit of a tail through the 200-day and spiked back above. I'm going to watch that one. Again, with a market bounce, I'm going to watch RH for a possible long. Keep in mind as I babble here, I'm an intraday trader. I don't hold anything overnight, so I just find charts and then play them on an intraday basis. So if you see me looking at some of these long that you think are ugly charts, I probably agree with you on the longer term on what you're seeing. But I'm building a list for potential trades just tomorrow, if that makes any sense to you. So LOCK, you know, big sell-off, base for a few days, and then a 2-day push down again, and spiked down through the 200-day, but closed back above it. That one's interesting to me. Had some support back here in December as well. Again, with a market bounce, I like that one long. With a proper setup, Pandora, you can kind of see a pattern here, same as the others. 3 days down in a row, and a bottoming tail through the 200-day. That one's also on bounce watch. BTU is kind of interesting to me as a short for the other reason. You had a spike up through the 200-day, but closed back below it, kind of getting away from the moving averages. And on top of all that, it's a coal stock, which is a very weak industry anyway, although it had relative strength the last few days, didn't it? Still looking for a potential short in BTU. And ETR, kind of the same thing, just getting away from moving averages and a couple topping tails. Potential short, especially with market weakness. So it's nice to have potential longs and potential shorts, and then you can kind of find some, hopefully, to play in the same direction as the market. I'm also still interested. I made a video the other day about this CDTI. Still hasn't met a long entry on an intraday basis yet, but I definitely think this one is overdue for a bounce. And when you get the stocks in the $2.96 price range, and you get the proper setup, you can get a pretty nice intraday percentage gain. So, you know, it's worth having on a chart, even though this is one ugly chart now. Remember, it was over 7 here, and then again here before it fell apart, what, about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. So I'm still watching that one for a potential bounce because it could give a nice percentage gain. ISR, I said this in today's highlight video. I like having this one on watch. Thanks to one of our moderators, I was able to get this at $2.98 this morning in pre-market and sold my last chunk at $3.40. I didn't do anything with it on an intraday basis today, but again, it just pays to have this one on a chart. And you know, the guys in the chat room kind of keep an eye on this one, and it was a great alert by Big Al to give me a really nice pre-market gain. And I almost never trade pre-market, but this one, a lot of good news in it lately. It's a name to watch. I'd really like to see it come back down to the 8-day moving average, and then it would have my full attention. So to me, it feels extended here. Any little kind of pockets of strength tomorrow, don't get too excited and dive in. Make sure that it gives a clean setup. And that's it. We'll add stuff in the pre-market when we see gappers in the morning and that sort of thing. And then throughout the day, I'm always scanning. If you watch today's highlight video, always scanning for stocks hitting certain inflection points, if you will. I've got scanners running all day through Trade Ideas, and a group of us, when we see certain things, we announce it to the chat room, and hopefully can get some trades out of those when it's stocks that we weren't even watching, on the overnight list. It's just stuff we find on an intraday basis. So a lot of times I'll make a video like this with a watch list, and then the next on the follow-up video, I didn't trade anything on the watch list. I traded a bunch of other stuff. So it just shows that it's worth it to have intraday scanners running and know what to look for on an intraday basis too. All right, I'm done babbling. We'll see you tomorrow.